to the channel, man. This is American Dilly, and today is a special show, man. Today I got Rittz on the show with me, and we're finna find out what the dilly is, man. Rittz, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, what up, man? How you?
Amazing, man. Amazing. Super hyped for this interview, bro. Super hyped, man.
Hey, first of all, man, thank you so much for all the love you show me, man, on all the reaction videos. You got some of the best reaction videos, period, out there, man. So it's a pleasure, bro.
Dude, I appreciate that, man. Like, sparkling water. I appreciate that, dude. Reactions are new for me. So I was jumping in it, and then I started getting comments that were like, "Oh, I seen this on Ritz's Instagram," and I was like, "What? No way!" It was like I was like, no, and I went and checked, and I was like, "Holy crap!" Like I was in the house like yelling like, "Babe, babe!"
That shit made my day, man. I saw your reaction. I was like, "Yeah, somebody likes me. Somebody gets it."
That was funny, and we had just I remember the first reaction too. We had a onesie party at my house, man. So everybody was wearing these costumes and stuff.
Nice.
So I woke up, just from off it, and I was like, "Oh, Rittz dropped new music. Well, let me, I'm brand new into this reaction thing." So,
yeah.
when I first found out about your music, I believe it was White Jesus Revival Tour, 2012.
Okay.
So I know that the White Jesus mixtape came out before that.
Yeah.
Which leads me to be like, how long have you been making music, man? Because it looks like the catalog is so extensive now at this point.
Yeah, long time. I think, like, professionally, White Jesus, including White Jesus and White Jesus Revival, might be album 11 or project number 11, maybe. But shit, man, I started writing in 92. I started rapping in 92. And around 95, I had a group called Rollo on Rittz. And from 95 to 2000... probably 3 or 5, we put out just so much material just in the neighborhood, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just making tapes and shit. So yeah, it's been a long time, man. Long time. I didn't get a record deal until I was 32.
Jeez.
Yeah,
so you were...
Yeah, so it was like, right when I thought it was going to be over, it happened.
The independent route for you all throughout the beginning of it. When you started making music, it was like, we're going to make these albums or these CDs, and we're going to pound them out the trunk, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
It was like the goal.
I did hustles. I tried every CD selling hustle, you can imagine, especially around my town, So it worked for me.
Yeah, I remember that. I look at that like not that music's different nowadays. I mean it is, but I looked at it almost like the golden age because I could go, I was in St. Augustine. I could go to Jacksonville. People were selling CDs, so I would, and at that point too, you could grab something where you were somewhere, and you'd have something that nobody else had, and they'd be like, "Dude, where did you get this? Like, this is, phenomenal. How did you?" So that was like the big mixtape era, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they were good days, man. It was good times. Yeah, I was grinding then. With me, it's funny with that mixtape era. I think I've been rapping so goddamn long. During the mixtape era, I was like, "Oh fuck, man! All these mixtapes." So now it's like I wish it would go back to that. You know what I mean? Complaining about it when it was dope.
I do, man, and like the DJs, it was like you had to have a DJ and this and this, and it was like
brought you by so and so DJ.
Yeah. Where did you get this?
Right. Damn, son.
So music for you, you've been doing it so long. Music's always been like a thing in you. Like it's been something like always a dream, right?
Always. When I was a kid, my dad played in bands. My uncles played in bands. We always had music equipment and like recording equipment at my house, even when it wasn't affordable way back in the 80s, And so yeah, I've been recording on 4-track tapes to now, you know what I mean? So to streaming, So yeah, it's been a long time.
Well, it's great that it's great now that it's you're getting the fruits of your labor now. You know what I mean? Like it's coming forward, and I like that. Like, so when you came through and with the Slumerican stuff, with the White Jesus stuff, how did you bump into Yelawolf? Because I know he's from Alabama, you're from Georgia.
Yeah.
How did that?
So speaking about like the mixtape time, I had a song called 770, and I was like, that's the area code where I'm at. It's Metro Atlanta, Gwinnett County. And I went everywhere, put my CDs everywhere. Like you couldn't go to a corner store from at the other south side of town, the north side. Like, it's a lot of place to cover too. It's a lot of area to cover, and you couldn't go without seeing my face. So then I got retired. That song went on some kind of battleground shit on the radio, and that song got retired. So I was getting, they would let me in the clubs for free. I was getting VIP treatment. I'm the battleground champion, and all this shit. Everything was going good for me, and just as quick as it was going good, as quick as it all just went. I really thought I was about to get on then around 2007. So when that happened, that was around 2008, 2009 when the fucking, all the houses, the money was fucked up. I forgot what it's called. But yeah, the economy was all fucked up.
Yeah.
Shit. So at that point in time, I didn't have really any options. I've been around Atlanta for the last 10 years trying to get on. And I saw this guy, actually a guy recognized me, my manager, Sender. He found me on MySpace. And he was looking for rappers like in his town because he had moved to my area. So once I saw his page, he was in a crew called the Dixie Mafia, and the Dixie Mafia had Yelawolf in it. Oh. So I was doing like these Atlanta shows. Atlanta could be different. Like there's a lot of different parts of Atlanta. You know what I mean? It's not just all one thing. So I was doing the more classic ATL shit, strip clubs, club shit, rapping behind the velvet rope. You're in all these fucking dangerous-ass locations at night. No one's listening to you perform. Everybody's dancing. No one's clapping. It's some real hood shit. You know what I mean? And my music is more meant for the listener. You know what I mean? So, but I could never find a place to really break in Atlanta where people would listen to my lyrics. So once I found out about Dixie Mafia through my manager, I went out and saw a Yelawolf show. And they were like doing like these underground, like, I don't want to be a dick and call them backpack, but back then that's what I called them, like backpack clubs. Graffiti-ass artists and, shit I wasn't familiar with at all. But when I saw him perform, I saw everybody listening and, it was like a real crowd, like the kind of shows I want to do. I was like, man, I got to get down where this dude's performing at, So I ended up opening up for him at his show, I believe it was called Lenny's. And then we just started chopping it up. And then after that, we made it, started talking and shit and made a couple records. And that's just initially how I met him. He was doing more of the backpack scene. I was doing more of the strip club scene.
Yeah.
But he was killing it, though. He was killing it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I could understand.
A lot of people lining up for his shows. A lot of people coming to see him as opposed to me just going to open mic, trying to be the best guy of the night. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I can definitely understand because I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. And it was like we almost had the same scene. We had both scenes in the town. You were either be in the strip clubs or you were going to be at the backpack clubs. I'm pretty sure that because I dug it out once I found out about this interview. I dug it out. White Jesus Revival Tour right here. I got you. That was you right there. And this was a group that I was in back in the day. So we opened up for you that night.
No shit.
Yeah, and that was like a backpack club, like you said, graffiti and just nonsense. But these are flyers I saved, and so some of them are like that's a strip club.
That's dope.
That's a strip club. You know what I mean? So I saw that, and then that was the album too that you were sending out that night.
Hell yeah, that's what's up.
So I was like, no, I got this in here because this is the office. Pardon?
Did we meet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we hung out. We hung out. That was you like I said, I mean I believe it was fairly new, I guess. I don't know that you had said that that was right around the time where something was strange was about to happen.
Right.
And you were like, just stay posted, there's gonna be an announcement, you know what I mean? And I think like a week later I was like, holy shit. He was like he wasn't playing.
That's what's up.
How did that come about? How did like going from I get it. Going, you meet Yelawolf, you're getting in that scene, and then Tech's like a whole nother level. I mean, that's the number one independent artist.
It's cool. It's cool to have these conversations too, because a lot of times, like the fans don't really understand. Like, I don't know, the fans kind of group you in. Like, I've always came up under somebody, so came up under Yelawolf, then came up under Tech N9ne. The fans kind of group you into those situations and this, that, and the other, but. It happened kind of weird. I've always had my own thing going on here in Georgia, in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And, when Wolf kind of helped me out, and then he had a major situation going on, his goal was to start Slumerican and have me be an artist. His original goal was like, man, we'll be like Be Real and House of Pain and Cypress Hill, that type of shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, but he was so, I don't think he realized, actually he did realize, how much he was getting pulled in every angle as an artist, because he was hot. a lot going on. So he was just honest with me and said, hey, man, I'm not really ready to do this Slumerican label shit. But I think he kind of felt, like he needed to help me out to try to get me somewhere, So hanging with him and just in the circles we've been in of knowing a lot of people, a lot of our friends had major label deals. So people were signing with Atlantic or Sony or Interscope or whatever. And a lot of them were getting shelved, just sitting there. So, I slowly started learning the real industry at that point. And it was like, well, I don't want to sign with a major and get shelved. I also don't want to get told what type of music to make. So what do we do? Because we didn't have money to start our own shit. So Wolf was like, hey, he hit me up and was like, hey, I got Tech N9ne here recording Worldwide Choppers. I mean, he didn't word it like that, but Tech N9ne and his crew, Chris Calico, Richie Abbott, was at Tree Sound Studios here in Gwinnett. So, shit, I had just gotten off work. At that point in time, I was so desperate to, I was about to give it up. So, if Wolf called, I was there just to play my position and give it one more shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So, when I went there, I met Tech and I met Chris Calico and Richie Abbott, and they just recorded Worldwide Choppers, and they played in my music. And the same Willpower, who produced a lot of Trump music, shout out Willpower, he had been out there to Strange's compound out in Kansas City and told us all about it, showed us videos. So me and my manager was like, that might not be a bad place, you know what I'm saying, to try to get a deal at. So we just kind of worked that angle. And once I met Tech, and then we did Bloody Murder, and then it just happened. Then it was just like, we talked to Travis, set the deal up, and then it was good to go.
I think that was a sweet fit. Like, I remember the first time hearing you with Tech, I was like, dude, these guys, like, they're holding it bar for bar, like, together. Like, I was like, right. This is a sweet mix.
Man, when they play my songs after they play the Worldwide Chopper, my shit sound chopped and screwed. It sounds so slow and you know what I'm saying? They're so fat. But yeah, man, it was a good fit, man. I went out there and signed with Strange, I think 2012. My first album with them came out 2013. So, but it was an adjustment, you know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't used to the Strange crowd. I had no knowledge of what that was before I signed there. I had no clue. And this isn't a diss at all. I mean, I say this all the time. I listened to Tech N9ne once in 1996 or 1998, probably when the gang-related soundtrack came out. Yeah. And I've seen him on like magazine covers and stuff, but I never really kept up with him, So when I signed to him, I didn't really know what their history was, how big of a cult it was, what was going to happen, what the stereotypes were about Strange, but they weren't. I didn't know any of that. I just kind of went into it like, hey, I'm about to get it, let's go. Yeah,
because I remember when I first heard of Tech, it was an article written up, and it was like for the Gathering of the Juggalos or something, and it was like Psychopathic Records redheaded stepchild, and it showed him with the with all the hair, and so that's when I first started listening to him. But he's definitely become more now. It's at that point it was like almost like wrestling, like how when a wrestler first comes out, it's like a strong gimmick, but then they get more just organic and genuine as it goes.
It's funny you say that, wrestling, because I have a lot. I always compare like wrestling to a lot of the ways like the fans look at different artists. I don't want to change the topic too much.
No.
For me, unfortunately, with Strange, man, the fans, and I love the Strange fans, but they, Tech's like Hulk Hogan, like the main guy, right? But then everybody else kind of picks their favorite wrestler. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like everybody else, I feel like we're just like, so that's the only thing. I was a little bit disappointed because I felt like I wasn't like, I would never be able to shine as my own Hulk Hogan. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like another wrestler they pick. It's just like, all right, no, Rittz is my favorite other than Tech. No, this is my favorite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
true.
Yeah, it's a lot. They do that a lot, like we're all fucking wrestlers and shit.
It's true. They need to get all y'all action figures, man, because I know that would definitely be that would be a hit.
Oh man, that'd be funny as fuck.
It would. Hey, what is the process when you go into the studio and write a song, man? Because you're fast, man. You chop it up.
Thanks,
like. What is the process? You already have ideas? Is it something you write without the beat, or is it just like the beat speaks to you?
For me, rapping for so long. I'm so set in my ways of how I write, right? So like everybody these days, and just period, and it's not a bad thing. It's just I don't do like I'm a lot different than everybody else that I've met in the game. I really haven't met anybody else in the game that writes like me since I've been in it. Everybody likes to vibe. Let's get up and vibe and create. So I'm a fucking psychopath, man. I'm very insecure. I hate my raps. I fucking, so I get alone. I like being alone. I like getting shit through the email. And I write. I just start writing. But I have to have the beats first. Back in the day, I'd write little raps here and there. But I've been doing it for so long. My process is get the beat, hum out to it, see if I fuck with it, and then just start going. And then, it takes me a long time to write. Unless I'm just on it, and some topics I am, but unless I'm just on it, it takes a good, 4 or 5 hours. Maybe even, it could be 6 hours to a fucking day to write one verse. That's why a lot of rappers are like, yo, get that done. And it's like, man, it's going to take me some time. I got to get over myself, then get in there and then beat myself up for a couple days. And then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The process is fucking insane. It's a little mental, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's awesome, though, that's how you say you do it, because your sound is unique, your style is unique. Growing up, what were the influences that you had that would create this Rittz style that we see? Because it's definitely different. You know what I mean?
What's crazy, most of my main influences don't rap fast. So the only fast rap I really ever listened to was Twista.
Ooh.
Right. So when I listened to Adrenaline Rush, I really, really was into that, and Bone back in the day as well. But my main influences was definitely Eminem and Outkast. My first would definitely be Outkast. Goody Mob was the ones that really changed it for me. When they came out, it was like, wow, this is the type of rap shit I love. It sounded like where I'm at, and it was great music. I think to this day, some of the best music ever made, Outkast and Goody Mob. And I used to try to imitate Big Boy. Even my yeah is like from Big Boy. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like his, you know what I'm saying? I kind of stole that from him, but, put my twist on it. But I used to rap just like him, So Big Boy, and then Eminem kind of fucked me up a little bit, I'll be honest, because I say this because even, every day as time goes by and I just get, in this game and I'm trying to figure shit out and just where I went, and just trying to figure it all out. I Eminem kind of fucked me a little bit. It's not his fault. I kind of fucked myself. Because when he came out, one, to be a white rapper, you had to be the best lyrically. And when he came out, it was like something no one's ever heard. So I had to go back to the drawing board and be like, wow, I'm not close to that dude. So from that point on, there was a lot of artists I missed out on or didn't get into that much because I was simply just on lyrics and being as good as Eminem for years. And now it doesn't fucking matter. There's a million white dudes who suck, and none of it matters. No one gives a shit. So that's what I was saying. He kind of fucked me a little bit. I put a lot into, maybe a little too much into just trying to be, I guess thinking that it would always be like this. There's just one white guy that's the best, and to try to be like that, So yeah, but that was my main influences. And then what happened was with the fast rap, around 2003, 2004, right around when Atlanta started taking over the radio, right after that 50 Cent era in 2003. Oh, yeah. Right around when Lil Jon came out, all the beats were on this slow tempo, right? And TIs and shit like that, all the beats were kind of slow. I mean, they'd be fast here and there, but the overall tempo was slow. Yeah. So when I'd rap on it slow, I kind of felt like I was doing the same thing as a T.I. or a lot of the other artists that were coming to my house to record, So I was like, wait a minute. Let me try to double time on this because there's never been a Southern rapper, at least not to my knowledge, that double times on that, on that type of style and raps how I rap. But double time, make it fast, and then make it smooth too with your own style on those type of beats. And that's just where my style ended up coming in. And that's where the Twista ended up coming into the shit I got from back then, and ended up coming into the fold from my other influences. And Jay-Z too was a big influence. Biggie, Pac, all that type of shit too.
Yeah, I definitely, and you're right about that, because I remember hearing you, and even now when I talk, when because at work, man, we talk about rappers, we talk about all this, and it's true, we say that, there's fast people, but I'm like, man, but Rittz is fast on every song. You listen to it, it's consistent. It is like a Bone or a Twista,
I don't even really try to be fast. I don't really pride myself on being a fast rapper because there's so many people that rap faster. I just think the biggest misconception about fast rap is and it sucks for me because I put so much time into making every word matches and all these syllables, and there's clever bars in there and melodies. I try to do all kinds of cool shit in there, but they can hear somebody rap right after me that goes, I got a bottle and a throttle and a model when I'm sitting in the bottle, and then they're like, oh, he's dope too. Whoa. It's like, I can't tell the fucking difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that really irritates the fuck out of me, to be honest. But so you know, because it's hard to distinguish to a trained ear to someone who doesn't have a trained ear. So, but yeah, that does get on my nerve about the fast rap. But it's something. Hey, it is what it is, man. The people that do know what it is.
I can understand that. So you've done music with, God, so many names. Is there still a dream collab out there that you're like, I just want this one?
Oh, for sure. There's all kinds of collabs out there. You know, the thing is with collab, I mean, I would name them. I mean, there's just tons of them. I mean, there's not really that many people from back in the day I wouldn't work with. There's a lot of new artists I'd love to work with as well. Once you know what's fucked up is like, once you're in it for so long, you really learn how this shit works. It's just like trying to get the features and trying to do this. It just all becomes such a fucking pain. You know what I mean? Like just trying to make certain things happen. And it's not to be negative. It just is what it is. It's like, you know, sometimes you link up with somebody and it works and you get the feature. But a lot of times like, yo, man, I want to hear you with fucking Snoop Dogg, or yo, I want to hear you with, you know, whoever. But yo, it's not that easy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, shit, that shit, you know, it takes some work. They're not just hopping on everybody's shit. Oh, Rich, you're dope. I got you. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's tons of people. I mean, Andre 3000 is probably, you know, I'd love to do a song with him.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I'd hate to write the verse, but, you know, or it'd take me fucking 2 months. But yeah.
That would be awesome. When,
you know I'd love to do a record with Justin Timberlake or Chris Brown. That'd probably be my two that I'd really like to do something with. Yeah, one of those.
Oh, that would be killer too, because they got the, you know what I mean, like Justin Timberlake's just got that voice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna hold my breath.
Yeah, no, hey,
you know what I mean, but that would be dope.
Hey,
that would be dope for me.
Yeah, dude, that's why we said dream collab. I mean, anybody can, you know what I mean, like that would be dope. That would be with your label now, man. CNT. That's what you're doing now.
CNT, bro.
Yeah, man, you've come a long way. When I don't even know if you've had that feeling yet, but when did you feel like, all right, y'all, we made it. Like, we're here. We're established. Or maybe you haven't. Maybe you're still grinding. Maybe in your mind.
Nah, you're still grinding, man. You know, still grinding. I mean, there was a point that I found it. It's funny. Like I said, it's like I'm at such a weird point in my life right now, especially with starting the label and just really now I'm fully seasoning on how the business is and how it works and, you know, the pros and the cons. But, you know, I know when I first started with the Johnny Valiant album, you know, I was going to like 106 in Park. We did a radio run. I had a song on the charts, like not an album on the charts, but a song getting up there on the top 10 charts almost. And, you know, that was like, wow, I fucking made it. You know, I'm in Times Square doing my album release party at the place Tupac got shot at Quad Studios. And I'm like, first album, I'm doing this at Quad, and I'm here looking out Times Square, all these publicists and shit. I mean, all these, you know, news journalists are listening to my shit. I'm like, it's only up from here, motherfucker. You know, so, but then, you know, you realize a lot of that shit, hey, that shit costs money. You know what I'm saying? Do that type of shit. So, nah, man, I haven't got to that point yet where it's like I made it. And it was weird, too, because when I started CNT, I got off my contract in Strange after I fulfilled my 4 albums. But then there was a clause to keep me up that I couldn't do any music for a year. You know, or put out any music for a year. So that really held me back. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I started the label, financially and everything else was kind of in a weird situation. And personally, I had a fucked up situation. I had to go to rehab. Then I got out and put out my first album on the label, on my own label. And then last year, I really started getting into, you know, it really started going like, oh shit, now I see how this is going to work for me. So I put out Picture Perfect and the Christmas album. And so it almost seemed like, you know, I almost started seeing, this is what it feels like. We made it, but it's almost there. Fucking Corona, man, fucked it up. So, you know, I think maybe next year, you know, it'll be like, with me too, it's weird, man, you know, and I haven't really said this, but it's something I think about a lot. You know, when I was signed with Strange Music, for those from 2012 to 2017 or 18, something like that, you know, I didn't have a chance to build my YouTube page. You know, everything had to go through Strange's page. So a lot of the guys that I thought were kind of on a lower level than me, that all those years, they were building. So I get off Strange, and I'm back to, you know, I got like 100,000 followers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a lot of rebuilding And God bless Strange and all the, the light they put me in front of and all the shit I learned. But basically, when I started CNT, I basically had to start over again. Because it's like, you have the fan base, but you got to get them into getting on your videos, getting into your page, subscribe to your shit, and do all that. So it's getting there, man. It's really going in the upward direction. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, you got to re-bring them in. To, re-get them in, because a lot more things. When we just talked about influences, do you ever think, or is it crazy? Is it a crazy thought though? You've been doing this music, man, and that you had influences coming into it. But is it crazy to think that like this next generation of musicians coming out, these rappers, you very well could be on that list of like their influences? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I see it all the time. I mean, to be honest, man, I've seen it like as I go. I've seen like, I mean, I'm not calling out any name. I just see people that have rapped totally different, and then we might do something, and then they start rapping like me, and then they blow the fuck up. And next thing you know, I gotta watch them. I'm like, wait a second, I know where the fuck that comes from. So yeah, I see that. The only difference is them motherfuckers never admit that it's me. That what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That I got it. So yeah, I see that a lot, man. I see it a lot. And it's something I used to get pissed off. Like, I never get the credit, But now it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If my style lent any influence, it's all good. At least, hopefully they know where it comes from. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, fuck, that's awesome, man. If any, and I can tell it too. Sometimes you'll hear a motherfucker like a young dude, but it's cool though. I mean, you're supposed to give. That's how it works. You give the inspiration to the next generation. But yeah, sometimes I fucked up with my job and my girl. I mean, every time they go deep, like their work's fucked up with a girl and they rap fast. I'm like, you've been listening to me, motherfucker.
I had a hand in that.
Then I hate my life. My girl's tripping. Let me get the bed.
That's crazy. So,
get my note. And then, like I said before, they rap all the bullshit words. Like, I was chosen, rose up at the pose. And it's like, he's doper than Rittz. Fuck out of here.
So you said you had, you got, I seen on Instagram, like, you've been working on stuff, man. You got new music getting ready to drop?
Yeah, like, really soon. Really soon. I have a ton.
Okay.
I can't really wait to, like I said, I was on the road, man. Picture Perfect came out in October, then the Christmas album, then we had a little hiccup there at the end of the year. And right now, I've just been recording. These last 6 months, just been getting it in. That way, I have shit to release all year, going into the tour in the fall, and just really hit them over the head. All kinds of shit, too.
Nice.
Yeah, really happy with it, man. It's hard sitting on it, man. I want to go on Instagram every night and, like, put out a new song and, like, release it. Dude, you should, bro.
Yeah, you get excited about them because you make them and you're listening. You're like, oh, they're going to be, this is dope. I just want people to hear it. So, you said tour in the fall then. So, now that everything's opening back up, you'll be back on stage and stuff.
Yeah. I signed on to do the tour with Tech. It's been a while now, but they pushed it back like 3 times due to Corona. So now it's happening. Yeah, it's going down.
That's going to be sweet.
Yeah.
Is that the same one? Is Jelly going to be on that one?
Excuse me. He had prior obligations. So when he dropped off, I came in.
All right.
And then they got pushed back.
Oh, all right. Either way.
Crowds are big, though, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good tour.
Oh yeah, either way, I'm sure all y'all bump into each other. That was one of the fun things I liked seeing when it was out before Corona, and everybody was on tour and stuff. You just see people like bump in cities, and you'd be like, "Oh no, man! I wish I could have been in whatever city that was," because it's like a once in a like a thing that just hits.
Crazy how quick people forget too. Like, I mean, human beings, because like even me, I'm sitting there like for so much of my life, it was like, God, all I do is tour. I mean, this city, that city, this city, that city. I know, the touring shit's like the back of my hand. And now it's like I'm a little intimidated. Like, how do I tour? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just forget so easily. You know what I mean? What it's like. But, man, I'm looking forward to it, man.
Nice. So I know I know you were doing, like, you had started doing, the starving artist thing, the cooking thing, getting into cooking and stuff. Like, I guess you're pretty much a foodie, and you like to get down on it.
Nerd, man. That's all I do. Yeah.
Did that... So with quarantine, I mean, that just allowed you to, I know you weren't allowed to go anywhere, so did that just kick off food even more?
It didn't, man. You know why? Because, like, what people don't realize is that, because people ask me all the time, like, yo, what's up with starving artists? and it's definitely something I'm doing for sure. When I first did it, it was kind of like, let's try to do this with cameras and shit, and then it was cool, it was good, but I wanted to take it up to another level, like production-wise, just make it a little cleaner, make them a little shorter, tighten them up. But when Corona came, no touring, that's most of my income. And to make recipes, man, you got to go to the grocery store and buy hundreds of dollars worth of shit. You got to put it out, make the recipe to see if it's good enough for them to remake. Then do it again, then have a place to store it in your home. And you got to pay the video people, editing. It's costly. You know what I mean? So it's not quite as easy as like, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you're doing recipes for someone to recreate. So whenever I'm ready to get we're actually ready to do it. It's just kind of just trying to figure out, where it fits in the priority list. Of going and doing doing 2 seasons worth really nicely done and just putting it out there. Yeah. But it's going to be a lot of testing, man. It's going to get me fat as a motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's one thing about marriage. Since I've been married, man, people look at me and they're like, damn, Dilly, you done gained a lot of weight. I'm like, look, I'm enjoying my life, man. I'm married now. I'm enjoying my life, you know?
It's always like a good buddy, too. It's like, hey, dude, you hitting the gym? Like, hey, man, fuck off my titties, man. Get out of
here. Yeah. It's always, being in the Navy, man, I'm real close with my coworkers, but it's always them. They're always like, hey, man, the uniform's getting kind of tight on you.
Yeah, my manager's the same way. Dude, your face was looking a little swollen in that interview with American Dilly, man. Like, that's funny, man. I never thought about that. That just stating the obvious, motherfucker.
Yeah, like I don't look in the mirror. So
definitely something I'm gonna do, man. I got, dude, it's crazy, man. I'm not allowed to talk about it just contractually, but I got blessed with some really cool opportunities to be on some really big shows. And really, while I was doing Picture Perfect, I was supposed to be on this huge cooking show, and they're having me do all this stuff. They're waiving all these rules for me just because they want this rapper on there. It's like I had a show in Red Rocks, which is like this huge venue. I don't know if you know about it in Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
But I had that on the weekend, and it's like, okay, cool, but this TV show wants you to bake a pie crust, do a perfect salmon, do a perfect this, do a creme anglaise, do this, and they want it by Monday. And I got to go to Colorado to 3,000 people. But I went on this show bad as a motherfucker because it could change my life. So I did it. I went through all this shit. They were acting like they were going to waive it. And I was recording that song Hell and Back, and I got the call. Thank you for participating, but we've chose to roast somebody else. Like, motherfucker, man. Yeah, I thought I had it, man. But the food shit is definitely something I'll be doing for sure.
Yeah. Do you think that's going to be on your regular YouTube, or maybe a new channel, or maybe something that...
It'll be on the regular YouTube. It's just, I just want to do it right, and I definitely want to have a cookbook to follow it up.
Oh yeah, release like Rittz, like Starving Artist Cookbook,
Starving Artist Cookbook. So that's the move. It's just it's just like trying to figure it out where it lies business wise, because you got to get a budget for it. Mm-hmm. Make it.
Because I seen you got knives.
Oh yeah.
Like I can already see people buying the cookbook, apron, knives, and
yeah, man, me too. And my food videos get more looks than anything else. I can be like, yep. New song, best verse I've ever written. It's like show a picture of a hamburger. It's got like 50,000 more likes than it. People are like, why are you posting? Some dude hit me up. It was been years. Too much food. Unfollow. All right, thanks a lot, man. Peace out.
It's like, the hamburger was rapping, right?
Yeah. Jesus Christ, what do you want me to do? Rap and tap dance all day, motherfucker?
You think something like that would ever hit maybe like Netflix? I see they have a lot of shows like that.
Dude, I think so, man. I think there's something inside of me that thinks, that's basically my exit plan. I want to go that route, because I love it. For one, I just love to do it. And I think I'm pretty good at it. And food isn't competitive. It's more, it is if you're in a competition, but it's more like tasting other people's stuff and learning and trying to better yourself. It's just cool, man. I just love food. I love the whole culture. It's calm. It's just, it's dope. So I think that'll be not only a good thing for my life, just livelihood, money as well. I think it could be definitely something I can, for business.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it because, like I said, I enjoy watching all of that stuff.
Dude, it's crazy, man. Everybody hates that term. Everybody uses the term. I don't mean to fan out or fanboy and shit. So, but I don't really believe in that too much. I believe if you're a fan of somebody, just be a fan. But so I'm not too many. I am not that big of a fan of that many rappers, just because I'm older. I've been listening to rap music for a long time. But if I see one of them Food Network motherfuckers down the street, I'm Bobby. If I see Bobby Flay, autograph my ass, Bobby.
I think that's just that might just be like you said, like an age thing. Because I know when I was younger, I used to watch the music channels and stuff, and I used to get real into it. And nowadays, man, you put some HGTV on. And those dudes building houses, and I'm like, all right, babe, this is what we're finna do. We're gonna remodel the living room.
You ever see him in public? You're like, that's the guy from HD.
Yeah, I mean, we go on deployment. We'll probably watch HGTV for 7 months straight. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's what happened to me with food. I know. Look, my mom and dad aren't cooks. My dad is one of them constant. He only eats ketchup, like no lettuce, tomato, no onions. Very picky eater. So I grew up not best of food, so yeah, I forgot that, but yeah, I love that shit, man.
So I know you just said you're not a big fan of a lot of rappers, but who would you put in your top 5 as far as what you listen to?
I'm not a fan. It's not that I'm not a fan. It's just that I don't have that many that come out. It's like, oh wow, like this was so. There was like Eminem, Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent. I think when Drake came out, might have been the last one that really was like, oh, this is cool. Like other than that, it's just been like whatever. But what were you saying now?
So what do you listen also with cooking or just around the house? Like what type of music do you listen to rap, or are you on a more of a classical level or?
Yeah, I don't listen to rap that much. I mean, I do. I check in with a lot of the upcoming rappers. And yeah, don't get me wrong. I listen to rap. I mean, I'll go on some shit. I'm like immature as hell, like I'm fucking 18 watching Violence. King Von verse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like these Chicago rappers a lot, man. I like a lot of these new rappers that are coming up. But I've definitely been having to listen to them. But nah, man, I like I don't know. I like melody so much, man. I'm a huge Stevie Wonder fan, Sade. But to be honest, I really don't get to listen to music much. Okay. So if I'm not riding around, I'm not the type to keep some headphones in my ear.
Right.
So but it's cool though. I listen to who I listen to, and then every now and then somebody will come across and be like, "Whoa, that's cool." But yeah, I don't really listen to much, man. If I do though, I'll have it on old 70s videos playing in the background, and I try to study a lot of songwriting, how people come up, and I also like listening to pop music too, about how people it helps me write choruses and song structure, shit like that.
That makes sense. I mean, that makes sense.
I've been some Halsey, dog.
It makes sense. I mean, I'm finding as I get older, you tend to I don't know what it is. Are you gravitating to something you heard as a child listening to or something? Because that's what I'm doing. I'm I'm listening to songs and I'm like, wait a minute, man. My parents used to play this, and as a kid you'd be like, oh, turn this off. You're not cool. And nowadays it's like, man, yeah, put that on.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a comforting thing, but
yeah, I like that kind of. I just like old shit. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I'll be in the night. The old Christian Lacrosse or some shit, whatever. Crazy shit like the wind.
It's like the easy sing along to stuff, man. You can just enjoy yourself and you can do something while you're doing it. It's not overthought. You're cooking or cleaning, or I do a lot of yard work, so I mean I'm out doing whatever, and it's like, oh, that's hitting me good right now. Elton John, for some reason, Elton John is good grass cutting music. I don't know why. I got no
weird shit like that. Like, the fuck? Why do I like this? But it's rap wise, I just listen to crazy. Like I said, I've been listening to a lot of Chicago shit. I do like 21 Savage a lot. There's a lot of rappers that I enjoy, but it's just I don't have a lot of time to go through a lot of people's projects. You know what I'm saying? And really sit back and just chill the music. There's so much going on.
Makes sense, man. You got a lot going on. You do. So like you said, man, you got new music coming out, tours coming in the fall. A lot of stuff for the fans to be waiting on.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure.
I got really, really cool shit coming out. It should be being announced pretty soon. Another product of mine that I just got involved with that I'm crazy excited about. So ready for that one too.
Awesome.
And that was coming. So yeah, and a lot of merch stuff, and just I'm, like I said, getting ready to launch all this new music.
Well, I can't wait. I can't wait for that, and I know a lot of fans out there can't wait for it either. You know what I mean? So we'll be watching, and like I said, man, I really appreciate you coming on here and doing this. This was probably one of the interviews I was most like scatterbrained for before it, because I was like, oh my god, you know, because I talk to people,
I appreciate
but
you, bro. I appreciate you. You actually started me watching those reaction videos. You created a monster. Like reading comment down there, it's like read 100 good ones. Oh man, he's son. I'm like, god damn it.
Yeah, well, you can't please everybody on YouTube, man. But I just love it, you know.
I'm just kidding. I got over that shit years ago, but I did do that the other day, and I believe it was because of you. I ended up going on the day. I was like just reading comments. I'm like, why am I doing this? Just want to get in a bad mood.
Yeah. The good ones make me feel real good, and then the bad ones, I'm just like, I just pretend I didn't read that.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah, I would just pretend I didn't read that. Well, Rittz, man, it was a pleasure talking with you. It was a pleasure getting to chop it up and find out all this cool stuff, man. You know, so.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. A lot of big announcements coming up with some products. Like I said, products I'm involved with. New albums coming out, new projects. Just releasing shit's weird. You know how we're doing it this time. Not really weird. It's just a new way people consume music.
Yeah.
So I'm dabbling in some new shit. Gonna release a lot of music different ways. So, yeah, man.
Sweet, bro. Well, we can't wait, man. So, heck yeah.
Dude, thank you very much, man. I can't wait to hear the new music. And keep doing your thing, man. You're killing it, bro.
Awesome, brother. Well, I appreciate you. And I'll definitely let you know when I post this, man. Because, I'll tag you on Instagram and all that.
Yeah. Tag me up. That way I can post it, do whatever, push it.
All right, brother. Well, it was good chatting with you, man. Appreciate you.
Have a great night, man. Much love.
You too, brother. Peace.
All right.
It's America.